Walmart is an American multinational retail corporation that opened in 1962. Thank you for your suggestion.
It's time for Daddy to make some funny.
Yeah, we got all of this at Walmart. Really? The decorations, the tablecloths, all of the food. And we even saved enough money for for the clown outfit.
Unbeatable prices backed by our price match guarantee. Save money, live better. Walmart.
On July 2nd, 1962, the first Walmart Discount City store at 719 West Walnut Street in Rogers, Arkansas, opened. Sam Walton graduated from the University of Missouri in 1940 with a degree in economics and became a management trainee with the J.C. Penney Company. After 2 years, he went into the Army. Upon returning to civilian life 3 years later, he used his savings and a loan to open a Ben Franklin variety store in Newport, Arkansas. In 1950, he lost his lease, moved to Bentonville, Arkansas, and opened another store. By the late 1950s, Sam and his brother J.L. Bud Walton owned 9 Ben Franklin franchises. So he opened up a new store at 105 North Main Street in Bentonville, naming it Walton's Five and Dime. That store is now a Walmart museum. His primary focus was selling products at low prices to get higher volume sales at a lower profit margin, portraying it as a crusade for the consumer. He experienced setbacks because the lease price and the branch purchase were unusually high, but he was able to find lower cost suppliers than those used by other stores and was consequently able to undercut his competitors on pricing. In the early 1960s, Sam Walton took what he learned from studying mass merchandising techniques around the country and began to make his mark in the retail market. He decided that small-town populations would welcome and make profitable large discount shopping stores. He approached the Ben Franklin franchise owners with this proposal to slash prices significantly and operate at a high volume. But they were not willing to let him reduce merchandise as low as he insisted it had to go. The Walton brothers decided to go into that market themselves. On July 2nd, 1962, Walton opened the first Walmart discount store at 719 West Walnut Street in Rogers, Arkansas. Its design was inspired by Ann and Hope, which Walton had visited in 1961, as did Kmart founder Harry B. Cunningham. The Walmart name was derived from FedMart, a chain of discount department stores founded by Saul Price in 1954, whom Walton also was inspired by. Walton stated that he liked the idea of calling his discount chain Walmart because he really liked Saul's FedMart name. Within its first 5 years, the company expanded to 18 stores in Arkansas and reached $9 million in sales. In 1968, it opened its first stores outside of Arkansas in Missouri and Oklahoma. The brothers typically opened their department-sized stores in towns with populations of 5,000 to 25,000, and the stores tended to draw from a large radius. Walmart's good concept involved huge stores offering customers a wide variety of name brand goods at deep discounts that were part of an everyday low prices strategy. Walton was able to keep prices low and still turn a profit through sales volume and an uncommon marketing strategy. Walmart's advertising costs generally came to 1/3 of that of other discount chains. Most competitors were putting on sales and running from 50 to 100 advertising circulars per year. But Walmart kept its prices low and only ran 12 promotions a year. By the end of the 1960s, the brothers opened 18 Walmart stores and owned 15 Ben Franklin franchises throughout Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. These ventures became incorporated as Walmart Stores, Inc. in October of 1969. The 1970s held many milestones for the company. Early in the decade, Walton implemented his warehouse distribution strategy. The company built its own warehouses so it could buy in volume and store the merchandise, then proceeded to build stores throughout the 200 square mile radius around the distribution points. This cut Walmart's costs and gave it more control over operations. It meant that merchandise could be restocked as quickly as it is sold, and that advertising was specific to smaller regions and cost less to distribute. Walmart went public in 1970, initially trading over the counter. In 1972, the company was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. By 1976, the Waltons phased out their Ben Franklin stores so the company could put all of its expansion efforts into the Walmart stores. In 1977, the company made its first significant acquisition when it bought 16 More Value stores in Missouri and Illinois. In 1978, Walmart began operating its own pharmacy, auto service center, and jewelry divisions and acquired Hutchinson Shoe Company, a shoe department lease operation. By 1979, there were 276 Walmart stores in 11 states. Sales had gone from $44 million in 1970 to $1.25 billion in 1979. Walmart's sales growth continued into the 1980s. In 1983, the company opened its first 3 Sam's wholesale clubs and began its expansion into bigger city markets. By 1984, Sam Walton had begun to source between 6% and 40% of his company's products from China. A significant event in the 1980s was the opening of Walmart's newest merchandising concept, taken from one originated by a French entrepreneur that Walton called Hypermart USA. Hypermart USA stores combined a grocery store, a general merchandise market, and services such as restaurants, banking, shoe shines, and videotape rentals in a space that covers more area than 6 football fields. Walmart continued to grow rapidly, and by the company's 25th anniversary in 1987, they had sales of almost $16 billion and 200,000 associates. In 1988, the company operated in 24 states, concentrated in the Midwest and the South, with 1,182 stores, 90 wholesale clubs, and 2 hypermarts. During this year, the first Walmart Supercenter opened in Washington, Missouri. Also around this time, Sam Walton stepped down as CEO and was replaced by David Glass. Walton remained as chairman of the board. Walmart was also criticized for its impact on small retail businesses. Independent store owners often went out of business when Walmart came to town, unable to compete with the superstore's economies of scale. Businesses suffering the most were drug, hardware, five and dime, sporting goods, clothing, and fabric stores, while major appliance and furniture businesses picked up, as did restaurants and gasoline stations due to the increased traffic. In 1990, the company continued to grow, adding its first Walmart stores in California, Nevada, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, and Utah. Walmart's expansion continued in 1991, and by 1992, the company opened about 150 new Walmart stores, bringing the total to 1,720 Walmart stores. Some of these stores represented a change in policies for the company, opening near big cities with large populations. In 1991, Walmart introduced its new store brand, Sam's American Choice, and its first products were beverages, colas, and fruit juices. On April 5, 1992, Sam Walton, founder of Walmart, dies of cancer at the age of 74. By the mid-1990s, it was the most powerful retailer in the United States and expanded into Mexico in 1991 and Canada in 1994. Walmart stores opened throughout the rest of the United States, with Vermont being the last state to get a store in 1995. In April of 1993, Walmart introduced another private label called Great Value. The brand was initially used for a line of 350 packaged food items for sale in its Supercenter stores. In 2000, H. Lee Scott became Walmart's president and CEO as the company's sales increased to $165 billion. In 2002, it was listed for the first time as America's largest corporation on the Fortune 500 list, with revenues of $219 billion and profits of $6.7 billion. It has remained there every year except in 2006, 2009, and 2012. In 2005, Walmart reported $312 billion in sales. More than 6,200 facilities around the world, including 3,800 stores in the United States and 2,800 elsewhere, employing more than 1.6 million associates. Its U.S. presence grew so rapidly that only small pockets of the country remain more than 60 miles from the nearest store. On September 12, 2007, Walmart introduced the new advertising with the slogan "Save Money, Live Better," replacing "Always Low Prices, Always," which had been used since 1988. In 2008, Walmart removed the hyphen from its logo and replaced the star with a spark symbol that resembles a sunburst, flower, or maybe a star. On February 22, 2010, the company confirmed it was acquiring video streaming company Vudu Inc. for an estimated $100 million. In addition to hundreds of thousands of petty crimes, more than 200,000 violent crimes, including kidnapping, stabbing, shootings, and murders, occurred at 4,500 Walmarts in the United States in 2016. Among recent notable crimes occurred in 2019 when 23 people were tragically killed in a mass shooting at Walmart store in El Paso. In November of 2022, a Walmart manager shot and killed 6 of his co-workers in Chesapeake, Virginia. As of October of 2022, Walmart has 10,586 stores and clubs in 24 countries, operating under 46 different names. Walmart is the world's largest company by revenue, with about $570 billion in annual revenue. It is also the largest private employer in the world with 2.2 million employees. It is a publicly traded family-owned business, as the company is controlled by the Walton family. So what are your favorite memories of this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. Thanks for watching.